Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Steenie, followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers open the scoring, after Tawdry, 12 minutes of the match remaining.
What a sneak.
A stunner from Kenny Miller, rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at Rangers Radio Online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. Will he come for McSwegan? There's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he gonna let flies in? He scored! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Well, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here this evening. After last night's call from the Brigton Ram, we've been joined by two Brigton Bams, Fox and Bridgeman. How are we doing, gentlemen?
Evening, boys.
Oh dear. That was a good one. The Maryhill Ram. Can I just say to everybody in the panel, good evening, and to all the guys in the lobby, good evening, and to all the Rangers fans all over the world, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are we doing, mate? All right?
Aye, good. Happy after last night. Very happy. No doubt you'll be having some comments on that, and we can.
Well, it's okay. I wouldn't. You're always a half glass. Your glass is always half full, isn't it?
Oh, it's got to be in it. Got to be the way we play. Ooh.
A decent training session, more competitive than I thought it would be, Fox.
Aye, well, I thought it was a good result, mate. Many Brazilian teams have been beaten the last few years, mate, you know.
I know you're a big fan of a Brazilian.
Aye,
Right.
well, look, it was a glorified training session, but I seen some good touches for a few folk and that, and I think if once we put our full squad together, mate, we'll be all more than pleased with the results in this transfer window for me, you know.
Two new players last night, the boy Goss and obviously Jamie Murphy. Well, how did you rate their performances, Bridgeman?
I thought that the boy Goss looked a player. I know it was difficult for us because he was only in the first half, but I think he was even at that he was only in swatches of minutes, you know. And I thought the first few times I saw him, he's strolling it. He's got a lovely left peg on him, passes the ball nicely, reads the game well, and has a good shot. Unfortunately, he was shooting from too far a distance for me, but at least he was having a shot. I thought he was excellent, and if we could, I say this in all honesty, we're a huge if we could get him, I think he would be a massive input to Rangers as we go forward. And I think that Murphy did enough to satisfy most Rangers fans that wanted him to come to Rangers. I think he's done well. Obviously, time will tell, but he was playing against a lot of youngsters, but they were quick. They were quick people, you know. But I think he did very well.
You seen his pace? You seen his pace?
Yeah, absolutely.
Goss, tall, slim, left-footed. Remind you anybody?
Aye, a very poor Jim Baxter, mate, for me. But no, what I liked was he was always calling for the ball. I don't think he put a pass out of place last night, mate. And when we looked at the players that we got in at the summer, we were all right away saying, what's these players got? Because they're not showing that much. But you seen the football in the boy Goss, and I think he's another welcome addition to the squad, mate.
For me, he was my best player the first half. I don't know what you two thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't go past him and Murphy. I thought him and Murphy were excellent. I thought that the goalkeeper did no bad as well, considering, you know, he's got a couple of nice wee saves there. But overall, the expectation was that we were going to. I was expecting to get there and come up against somebody stern for the first 15, 20 minutes and then just stroll it. But we never just strolled it. That's for sure. They were a lot quicker on the ground than we were, and they were outpacing us quite a bit. I think the game caught up with them. Truth be told, but well, you probably saw it yourself.
As much as I've admired Big Nico, mate, sands of time wait for no man, Fox.
I think Nico should have a wee word with himself, mate, because quite a lot of people remember him as a very fine football player, and the longer that he tries to play with us, those memories will dim, mate. You know, I think he should just call it quits. But he's in good, mate, you know.
You know what it's like when you can't cut the shapes you used to be able to see it. You know what I mean?
You've not got to answer that one.
That's what's happened to Nico, isn't it?
Aye. You get to that point where your brain knows where it wants today, but the body just isn't quite willing. I crossed that threshold about 3 weeks ago, mate.
I know. I remember you phoned me from Morrison, says, I don't know what to do with this trolley.
Superb. I think... Oh, sorry, Oxford. I was just going
carry on. Yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are, Bridge.
No, I was just going to say I agree with you, and it looked like it. At times it looked the game was. At times the game seemed to be passing him by. Then he seemed to be trying to get into it, and when he did get into it, he just wasn't effective enough. He got a couple of nice passes in, truth be told, but his initial, when you're playing the game and you read the game, you can read the game to your own satisfaction, and then all of a sudden the game clicks for you. A ball comes from any angle, you can pull it down. You being a midfielder, you might not manage to do this very often, but you can pull it down and distribute it. And I'm afraid there was parts of that not clicking for Nico last night, and I felt sad.
It's, I think Fox is right. Obviously he's only got a few weeks left at Ibrox. So as Fox says, I don't know if we'll see that much of him. Dalcio left back experiment, big no for me. He looked as effective at left back as he did outside left. His loan period, I think, comes to an end at the end of the season. That'll be it for me for him. Dalcio, I don't see it myself, but there you go, Fox.
I've got to agree with you, mate. He just looked like somebody that turned up doing at the local park, mate, and you were short of a left back, and he just put his horn up and says, I'll play there, I don't know what Porto's seeing him, or whether they were just smart and getting rid of him to us, mate, and getting another year's wages out of him, But doesn't he look to have it whatsoever. Whereas on the other side, the young boy, Ataki, mate, he's got a bit of pace and a bit of trickery in him, but I just thought that their best man in the part in the first half was their left back. I thought until he got injured, he was very good.
He done one wrong in Atakai, and it was quite electrifying. But look, he's a boy learning the trade. I don't want to judge him yet. First time I've really seen him. 45 minutes, nerves, different players. We'll give the boy the benefit of the doubt and see where it goes. I tell you another one, I thought done okay last night. Young Aidan Wilson. Who I seen him having a rollick in the midfield for no movement in front of him when he was trying to play the ball forward, and he looks a steady player for so young, Fox.
I think he played once at Ibrox when I seen him, mate, and
I played against Aberdeen.
He played quite well, but as you say, he's a young man. And we see before we go turn into people in this. The two different squads, mate. A lot of these players haven't played together. So to come out with a 1-0 result is all right. I was expecting the opposite, mate. I quite honestly, I'd watched the other Brazilian team the night before, and I thought we might have got a wee bit of a scalp in there, mate. But they finished 9th in the Brazilian league last year. And for everybody saying it was a second string, maybe it was, but quite a few of them looked older than me, mate, They
were, you're right. There was about 6 or 7 real youngsters in their team. But my goodness gracious, they were flying machines, some of these boys, you know. And Aidan Wilson you were speaking about, you could see him struggling a wee bit for pace against some of these boys. And that was a bit unfortunate for Aidan, but at the start, close to the start of the game. But he got into it, he stepped up, and the boys did quite well. Atakai, you mentioned that boy Atakai. I thought he did quite well, but it's the first time I've actually noticed him in a game. You know what I mean? So he must have been doing something right for me to notice him, because a couple of times I saw him, he wasn't getting to the ball. You know, they were out playing him and outrunning him and so on and so forth. But a couple of nice wee moves, and I would dearly love to hear what Ibrox Loyal's got to say about it, because he rates that boy quite highly. So it'd be interesting to hear what he's got to say, and of course what the manager's got to say about him, because at the end of the day, the manager's the one's going to pick him. You know. But I'm very happy, very happy. Sorry, pal.
Speaking of the devil and he's bound to appear, he's in the call, mate, along with Rudy and George.
Oh,
Evening, George.
Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, guys.
You first time, Brooks, give us your overall thoughts, and obviously we've just got into talking about Serge Atakai.
Yeah. Well, overall, in the game, mate, I thought it was very pleasing in the eye. Most of the second half of the first half, we started coming into the main game, started playing some nice stuff.
We're just at the first half at the moment, because obviously...
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the second half of the first half, mate.
All right, sorry. Picked you up. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I thought we started coming into Marina a wee bit, because I think for the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they came right out of the traps, that young team, Monaro, or whatever you want to call them. Really like to look at Sean Goss, mate. Controlled the midfield. When it was it looked like he was about to lose the ball, but he never gave up, and he was right in about it again and won the ball back. So absolutely delighted with his first half performance. Looking forward to seeing more of him. Jamie Murphy, brilliant, class, what I expected of him. He's got pace, he's got trickery, he can create, he can put balls into the box.
A minute. Somebody's doing the dishes. Can you stop or go on mute? Rudy, it'll not be you, I know that. It'll not be George. It'll not be Fox. And it'll not be me. And it'll not be Ibrox.
Are you talking?
Right, so we'll come back. So I had some good performances. Go to George and then Rudy. George, give us your thoughts, mate.
Well, I tell you, last night I definitely wasn't staying up to watch the game, So first half started, I said I'll watch a wee bit of that. Watch the first 15 minutes. I'll keep it on for the first half, the second half. Got to bed at 3 o'clock this morning, so I got 2 hours of sleep last night. I quite enjoyed the game. Fox. Yeah, I've tried to be a bit positive about it. Fox is bang on what he says. It's a wee run out and things like that. But the boy Goss, I thought, you can take what you want for the game, but I thought the boy looked like a half decent wee player, Ox. Good on the ball.
Wasn't the wee, George? Wasn't the wee neither?
Yeah, good on the ball and quite strong and things like that. A good passer of the ball. Maybe a good addition to the team. And the wee boy that Ibrox has been rattling on about, wee Atakai, he looked like a right clever wee player, like, yeah.
Quick.
Aye, good player, good movement, good quick feet movement and things like that. I think it's a no bad wee exercise, Docs.
Rudy?
I quite enjoyed it myself. I mean, it's a bit of a run out, isn't it? You know, got a chance to see a bit of the boys Sean Goss, who I've not seen much of. I haven't seen anything he really didn't know anything about. But I was impressed with him, I have to say. Looks like he won't be shoved off the ball too easily. You know, definitely a good left foot. It was some nice passing for the boy. Jamie Murphy, well, you know what you get with Jamie Murphy, and that's what we got a bit of that last night. I think he'll only get better and stronger as the weeks go on. You know, we get back into the league season again. And there was some good performances. I hate to say this, but Nico's completely done for me. That's, you know, I said a few weeks.
Fox was just saying how good he was.
I said a couple of weeks back.
10 years ago.
You know, his feet have still got it, but his legs are totally gone. You know, and I think it's. But you know what? I feel sorry for him because it's a demise of a great player we're watching. You know, he's just. I don't think he's capable of keeping up with the pace. You know, the game bypasses him too easily, and it's certainly not for the want of trying, because he does try. He really does.
He does put a bit of effort in.
And it's a real shame to watch him now, you know. And I think the sooner the season end of the season comes, and I think that'll be it for Nico, you know. But there was some good players. Look, the boy Aidan Wilson did all right. I thought Serge Atakai showed me glimpses of what he's capable of doing. Looking forward to possibly seeing a wee bit more of that. But all in all, I thought it was a half decent run out. I mean, you know, they had a lot of Atletico Mineiro had a lot of young players on the park, but you know, as we said last night, you know, the Brazilians, these boys, they know how to play football. You know, they were pacey in the attack. That was one thing. They would got up the park quickly. I noticed, you know, when they were hitting us on the break and stuff like that. You know, though Anik had a fairly decent first half. He pulled off a couple of good saves and stuff. So, but I thought it was a good run out. Well, it was well worth having a go, you know, going out there and, you know, playing in this tournament.
Also, a great bit of PR. Good getting my name back in global football again.
And one thing I would like to say is I really enjoyed listening to the two American commentators, you know, when they get the credit.
They may have been the best. They may have been the two best men in the park.
But the credit they gave the Rangers fans, you know, for the last 5 or 6 seasons, you know, some of the stuff that we've had to suffer, you know, and we've still packed stadiums out. And they mentioned all that, and they say there's only a couple of, you know, probably 2 or 3 teams in the world that would happen to, and would still get their fans to come and show up. And they gave us a huge amount of credit. They gave the team credit, they gave the Rangers Football Club credit for what they've had to go through, and you know, what a difference compared to that absolute dross we have to suffer in this country.
Here, Rudy.
I did enjoy them. They were different. Let's just say, even when they weren't being complimentary, it was a bit different the way they commented.
Especially when Goss was slipping the ball down the corridor of uncertainty, mate. That was an absolute peach for me.
I love it. And the Americans have got their own idioms, haven't they? They come away with some idioms. And
just to let you know, Ibrox, that's at the top of the stockings.
No, but fair play to the two American commentators, mate. They're well worth it, mate, because they've done it. The two guys were commentating the match night before, obviously PSV and Corinthians, and they've got some part of the pair of them, and they'll get some right up on Twitter and social media about us Rangers fans. So they've been taken to the Rangers fans' hearts, let's put it that way.
You coming in there, Bridge?
No, I was just going to agree with everybody, but particularly on Kranjčar in the first half, we saw some nice stuff from him. We saw him, what he was trying to do, and we also saw where what he's trying to do was just failing a lot of the times. And that's what I say. I really felt sad for him. I don't know whether it's the same word. I didn't feel sorry for him. I felt sad for him, because to me, I watched last night, end of an era for Niko Kranjčar, and I don't know if our manager will continue to try and get something out of him for between now and the summertime. But I think with some of the words that have been said here, he may never play for Rangers again.
I would think if this transfer window, Bridge, I would think we've probably seen the last of Niko Kranjčar, unless he's desperately needed, you know, maybe due to injuries and suspensions and stuff like that.
Do you think we would actually say to him, look, you pat in the back and say, cheerio, away you go. Your wages are paid or something like that.
No, maybe not to go as far as that, Bridge. But I would think we're still looking to bring. Apparently, you know, we're looking to bring another couple of players in. We've got the boy Murphy in. We've got Sean Goss in now. I would find it hard to see Niko playing in front of any of the two boys, for instance. You know what I mean? You know, and then you've got McCrory, Jack. You don't. I don't know when Dorrans is a wee bit away yet. Coming in but back, isn't he? So. But I would think it would be hard for Niko to get a game in the second half of the season, to be honest. You know, I think we've possibly seen the last of him, unless he's desperately needed, as I said, you know.
Do you think he'll finish up with Rangers? Do you think he'll finish up with Rangers?
That's it done.
Finish his career.
He'll get transferred to the Legend squad, mate.
Right, okay.
Sorry, anyway, we've been joined by Big Al. Evening, Big Al.
Evening, Al.
Evening, boys. Evening. How are you? Hi, all right. Good.
What's on your mind?
don't know much. Just it was a run out, wasn't it? I put it on the computer. I had it in the background.
A training session, a competitive training session.
I wouldn't get too overexcited about the two new loan signings. We've got to remember the loan signings. We've not got them. If they perform, I think they'd probably it'd be debatable if we keep them. If Brighton could get more money and QPR, I mean, we've got a guy there, Jordan Thompson, probably at the same level. We've never seen that boy. All the same things were said about him, so I wouldn't get too overexcited about it.
He's went to Livingston.
Aye,
just try to get an honest critique on the first half, and he was my best player, gosh, in my opinion. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
Mm-hmm.
By a long way.
Sean Goss, man of the match first half.
I mean, the possibility is at the end of the season, we might not be able to hold on to the boy Goss if he has a sort of cracking end, second half of the season for us. Maybe his plans are to go back to QPR. I don't know where that boy stands, but as far as Jamie Murphy goes, it's just a loan to the end of the season. Brighton and Rangers have already come to an agreement price-wise. It'll become permanent at the end of the season, So Jamie Murphy will be our player. The boy Goss, well, we don't know what's going to happen to him,
Is that where does it say that they've came to an agreement?
Apparently that's where the chat is. They've came to an agreement with Brighton. But then, like you say, Alex, chat isn't it? Anything could happen. You don't know. But I think the way Murphy is, he's a dyed-in-the-wool Rangers man. I think you'd need to drag kicking and screaming away for Ibrox at the end of the season, to be honest.
Where does the young boy Goss fit into our midfield at the moment then? If we were playing a game tomorrow, a competitive match, do you think he would slip in there on the left, or is he going to the middle? If everybody's fit. Well, I'm saying if everybody's fit, where does he fit in our midfield? We've got a midfield, Jack, McCrory, Holt, I don't know, Windass, whoever. Do we play him in front of McCrory? Do we play him in front of Jack? Does he go in front of Dorrans, or you know what I'm saying?
He'd need to fight for his place, Al. He would need to fight for his place. But the strangest thing is, probably the reason why he's been brought in is because we have got so many injuries. And I think Goss, I thought Halliday had a very good first half as well. So I thought that the boys that came back did quite well. Michael O'Halloran.
How would they not come on at half time?
Was it half time? Whenever he came on, we're only talking the first half. Sorry.
I was going to say, I must have missed him in the first half.
No, I forgot you'd said we were only speaking about the first half, so apologies. But Goss, I thought Goss will be a great addition to Rangers from a squad perspective. And if he can play like he did last night and show his passing range was very good, and I think he'd be. I don't know what you guys think. I think he'd be a great defensive mid, to be honest.
You can't judge him in that.
No, I'm only basing on what I've seen. That's all I'm saying. But he'll have to fight for his place. He'll have to fight for his place first of all.
But it looked okay. Right, let's move on to the second half. I'll go to you first, Fox.
I thought we looked very quick in the second half, mate. I think my front attacking players looked full of pace. As Brad said, I did think Michael O'Halloran had a bad wee introduction back into the squad, mate. Thought Andy Halliday tried hard, but I think his lack of ball control just sticks out a wee bit, Andy. I don't think he's as good as some of the rest of the midfielders we've got, but he'll be a good squad player for us, mate. MDL stick out, of course, Windass, mate, who seems to be improving for me.
When we play him in a position, I mean, what we've got is, I'll ask the rest of the panel then come back to you folks. Windass, he ain't an outside left, is he?
Oh, never in a month of Sundays, mate.
Rudy?
Took his goal very well.
No, we've seen that when he's played on the left. He's so ineffectual. It's just that, you're a man doing right away when you put him out on the left. But, luckily enough, I've got Jamie Murphy now for that position.
Yep, yeah, you're right.
I do agree with Fox, though. I think he is improving as the weeks go. Beginning of this season, sorry. I mean, I was absolutely lambasting him week after week, game after game, you know, and he's kind of shut me up a wee bit in his recent performances. I think his two best performances this season were against Aberdeen, the double-header. I thought he was excellent. That goal he scored at Pittodrie, where he ran almost, must have been about 70 yards, 60, 70 yards, got his cell into the perfect position in the box for the cross for Candeias, and then he just took it lovely, slotted it right into the bottom corner. It was a great goal, you know. So will he keep improving? Well, I hope so. I hope he does, you know. Wigan, I think, have been in with a wee cheeky bid, haven't they? 500 grand or something like that. I think he's worth more than that, because I think the boys get talent, you know, and I know you doubt the boys get heart as well, Fox, you know.
I do, mate, I do. I still doubt that. George, what's your views on that?
Left midfield, or left out in the left flank, I just didn't think he'll ever do. I think he goes hiding. Pretty embarrassing, to be honest, sometimes, Ox. But see, when he's playing in that top of the diamond, just behind the strikers, I think he's a completely different player.
Bizarre, isn't it? Bizarre.
But the laddie says he likes playing there. That's where he wants to play, Ox. And sometimes it's just a wee bit of mind. Ken will probably get in the guy's head. He kens himself. He's not doing the job out there. I thought he took a right strong looking laddie as well, Ox. I quite like that about him, to be fair. Ken, I don't understand how he's not got heart, because he should have the size of him, the build of him, physique and everything. But I thought what Fox said there's bang on. I thought O'Halloran, if we can keep O'Halloran in the team or in the squad, I think it'll be a good addition to the squad. If we say, for example, we've got rid of Pina and we're replacing him with O'Halloran, I think we're going to have a better sub coming off the bench against Hertz and Hibs and all these guys. Like, so I think that's an improvement straight away as well. Like,
can I ask you there, George? Do you think O'Halloran would be a different player playing at the top of the diamond as well?
I think that myself, Fox. Fox, I really do. I think, I mean, that's what he done against us in the game we always talk about, the 3-0 game, a 3-1 game a couple of years ago there. I would like to see him getting a wee run through the middle for us, because Morales is a fighter, does things. Ken, they two would probably, I would like to just see him getting that wee chance, Fox. I think he will get a chance here, by the way. So if we've got Jamie Murphy on the left, Candeias on the right, and him, and that's quite a good forward line. With Morelos going forward as well, I think that's quite a good forward line, Fox. I think the lad deserves a chance. I'm not saying, and a lot of folk are saying, "Oh, he's this, he's that, he's the next thing." See if he's no good, he's no good, Fox. But see if he comes in and we give him a wee bit of chance. Our next game against Aberdeen or next game against Fraser, just give him a couple of chances and let's see what the lad can do. And then if he's no good, he's no good.
What are you saying then, George? Would you play him at the top of the diamond then?
I would give him a wee run there, Rudy, to be honest, just to get a wee, just to see what he's like. Because he's got a bit of pace, and I keep on saying this all the time. See, Lovenkrands was no great player, but used to make defences think that they've got to do because he's pace.
Yeah.
And if you've got guys like Windass coming off him or something like that, he's not as pacey, whereas we've got him, he's got a bit of pace heading towards Morales. Gives these defenders a wee bit of something else to think about. Can they put the right fit in, Rudy? And you've maybe got
I think you might have a point there, George. I think with the pace he's got, you could maybe make the defenders turn and face their own goal and stuff like that. You know, they'd be thinking
just
about it.
We've not had before for a while, Rudy.
I'll be honest with you, George. I can't see it. I can't see Halloran coming in and playing at the point of the diamond.
I don't know if he will either. But that's what I would like to see anyway, Ox.
I thought he played quite well last night. But you saw in some snatches of the game where he got the ball and he ran. He probably ran about maybe 30, 40 yards with the ball, but eventually, because he was cutting back and cutting across, he actually only managed to gain about maybe 10 yards with the ball. And then he ran into 3 or 4 players, you know, which happens. And that's the kind of games that's going to happen to him at Ibrox or wherever in Scotland here when Rangers are playing against teams that are just going to pack their defences. I don't know if O'Halloran's the answer to pack defences. I'd love to see him stretching his legs at Ibrox. I would just love to see it happening for him. I doubt very much if it's going to. I think he's with the wrong club for his skill set rather. I think he's with the wrong club because they're running up against brick walls a lot of the time, Rangers, you know.
Team is defending. Your view on Windass outside left, yes or no?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Windass through the middle every day, every hour of every day.
Ibrox then, Big Al, same question.
Definitely no outside left. Definitely the head of that diamond is the boys are talking about, mate, because he came on last night and he was a completely different player for me. I've seen a lot better for him than what I've seen for him in a long time. He get a lot of good praise off the commentary team as well. And by all accounts, I know I've heard this many times throughout the season, but since I've been there in Florida, apparently he's been one of the best trainers within training, whether it's the set pieces he's been taking, whether it's his overall work rate as he's going through the way we're talking through the head of the diamond as well, mate, because I've obviously been practicing that in training. Apparently, he's upped his game a hell of a lot, and he looked like a completely different player for me last night when he came on. He looked hungry, he looked adventurous, and I'm hoping to see more of that tomorrow night. So.
You speaking about Windass there, Loyal?
Windass, mate, aye.
I thought Windass added at least 1-0 to his transfer policy. I tell you, I thought he was excellent last night. Absolutely excellent.
Scored a good goal. Big Al.
He's through the middle. I mean, we signed him for a club, and that was his position. So he's lost 12 months playing in that position because we played him on the left with the previous managers. But could they just analyse the goal? I thought Candias worked hard to get the ball, to chase the ball down. He put the cross in. There was a mistake by them. Herrera plays the ball back to Windass, and Windass done his job, because that's where I'm not a soccer player, but that's where I would put the ball. So the goal was a good goal, but I think he just done what was expected of him, if you know what I mean. O'Halloran,
he stroked it home.
He stroked it, aye. But you know what I mean. That's where a striker or a player is expected to put that ball, if I'm correct, across the keeper into that bottom corner. That's what was up for. So he just basically done his job, which is good. He didn't fluff at that. O'Halloran through the middle, nah, I don't really see him playing there. And just to go back to what George, I don't think we're able to give him game time, if you know what I mean. We've gone into the Fraser game. We don't want that to become a banana skin. And then straight off the back of that, we're going into the Aberdeen game. And his attitude, I think, he's not going to be a super sub. I think he'd be fine, and maybe his attitude would be all right if he was playing every week, but I don't think we can accommodate him in our team. And if he is then on the bench, getting dribs and drabs, we're not then giving him the game time that I think some people expect him or he needs.
We might have brought some of the players, we just took them there to keep their fitness, because we might be wanting to move them on. Because if you want to move somebody on, they might want a player that's able to hit the ground running for their team, you know.
But what somebody said on the panel, and it is right. Look, it's numbers. It's a numbers game at this point in the season. We need players, because I mean, Andy Halliday's in great shape. Michael Halloran's in great shape. We still need to see what Goss and Murphy do. Is Herrera out the door, or is we going to use him?
We heard that rumour, as we said last night. I thought he'd done very well last night. I've tried to give him the benefit of doubt in the past. He didn't look brilliant last night.
Numbers. It's certainly numbers, but I still don't see much quality there, if you know what I mean. So Murphy probably is the shining light out of them all, if you know what I mean. Dodo is Dodo. He's back at Ibrox, but he's not.
He's still training.
He didn't travel.
He was playing against. He played against Falkirk. He played against Falkirk the other night.
He scored, I think. Did you know?
That's right. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Atakai is. How far away is he for the first team? He still looked a wee bit
2 years
like a youth player, if you know what I mean.
2 years.
So how old's the guy?
18, mate. He looks raw still. But he could kick on over a summer period. It's happened before, but he looked 2 years away from me.
But he's been at the club 2 years.
For him last night.
Has he been at the club 2 years?
He was very young when he came in, mate.
Aye. So what's happening? Why is he not being coached quicker?
He has been coached quicker, mate. The thing was, he came in at a very young age. He was still very, very raw. Again, I think it was Jonathan Johansson again who gave us the hint with Morales, gave us a hint with Atakai as well. I spoke to Graham Murray up at the Dumbarton at the Colts game in the Cup, the very first game of the season for the Colts, and he was saying that this season Atakai has got all the raw ingredients there. he just got to show it on a more consistent basis. And I think as this season's went on, he's improved game by game by game in the development squad. I'm a bit different for Ox. I think he's a year away from the team. I don't think he's as long as 2 years away from the team. But I've been wrong before, mate, and I could be again. But I just think the young boys get something very special, and if we can show it on a consistent enough basis, then we're on to a winner with him as well. So,
you know, Loyal, I have to take my hat off to you. You've been flying his flag for a long time now, and you've been waiting to see the boy coming through. I saw a wee bit last night. I saw some nice stuff. I also saw some rudimentary errors, shall we say. But that's not. I'm not trying to take anything away from any of our players. Hats off to every one of them. The first half of the game, I thought we deserved to be 0-0. As if you follow what I mean, because we only had about 2 shots on target, and so did they. Second half, I thought if we'd won that 4-0, I'd have been. Nobody would have complained really. I think we were a far superior outfit to them. But then you saw last 20 minutes, you saw the mistakes coming in. As Oxford calls them, the rickets. You know, the young Bates couldn't pass a ball to a blue jersey for a number of minutes. You know, how never happened, I don't know. But,
can I just ask Ibrox Loyal? Is that boy starting to put on weight now, that Atakai boy? When I first seen him, mate, he was a lot skinnier than he is now. So maybe it's just a case of him building up some muscle, mate.
I don't know, mate. It's weird for me, mate, because he looked a different sort of shape than he did settle up at Dumbarton earlier on in the season. And if that's one of the things that Graham Murray and obviously the rest of the youth development management team have says to him, he needs to maybe bulk up a bit, and he's listening to them and he's taking everything on board, then fair enough, and hopefully it only goes well for him as well. So
it looks like he's got electric pace, Ibrox, so he does. He looks very quick on all of the ground.
He has, mate. You know? I can assure you that, very quick pace, mate. And one of the runs he made last night, I think Ox mentioned it at the beginning of the show, I think it was like 10 to 15 yards, and he's sprinted, but he's got a very good fast dribble as well, which helps, which could play into a lot of defences' minds when he's running at them at times. So that's another thing he's got to his bow in it. So
right.
Could I ask Ibrox a question?
Carry on.
Ibrox. All right, sorry. Ibrox, no pun intended, but is he the great white hope for our team, or is there someone else that is going to get to the team before him, or are we putting the coaches putting all their money on this guy being a first team player? Who's the next one, or who do you think will be the next one out of that team that'll be chapping at the door of the first team? Is it Atakai or
for me
else?
No, for me it's Atakai, mate. And don't get me wrong, mate. I'm not saying he's any Messi or like anything like that. I'm just saying he's got something about him, and I think it could be an excellent addition to our first team squad. Maybe not a first team starter, but at least a first team squad player.
You definitely like that boy. Sorry, pal.
Should we not start taking a punt on these boys? I mean, I didn't think there's anybody in Scottish football any slighter anywhere than the wee boy Harry Cochrane at Hearts. He seems to be standing up to May Speaks, playing against bigger guys. Celtic and all these teams, Aberdeen and that, never done so much against Rangers, didn't be fair, but I don't know if there is such a thing as 2B. I think it's just having the bottle to put the guy in. I think it's doing the coaches, to be honest, to put these guys in, because that wee boy Harry Cochrane seems to be doing a turn, so maybe we just need to take a turn on one of these wee guys and just give him a shot and give him a wee run in the team, like bring him off the bench a couple of times anyway.
You might find, George, that Hearts have no other option.
Well, that's what it's doing now. That's what it's doing.
Aye. But you also might find that, well, I mean, like, we've had Warburton, we've had Coutinho, and now we've got Graham Murray. We've had 3 managers. I don't think any 3 managers was willing to take a chance. I don't think they've got big enough kahunas to take that chance. So you make a very, very good point. Like, if you had a manager in there that maybe says, right, you know what, we'll give this guy a run, we'll put him on the bench, and we'll bring him on for the last 15 minutes. But is Atakai no any better than that Nemani?
Oh, he's a million times better, mate. A million times better.
Well, that's why did we bring in Armani when we should have maybe promoted that young guy then, you know what I mean? Because I don't think age matters. I don't think it matters. He's 18, he's a grown man, like. So, if he's got something about him, and that may progress his learning further if he's in with the first team and getting 15 minutes, 10 minutes here. If we're up 3-0, why not put on a young guy like that? Maybe the manager doesn't have faith in them, you know what I mean?
Because we're never up 3-0 now.
Yeah, you could be right, like, you could be right, but there's a lot to be said about that for a manager to have the kahunas to put a young player in, but then again, as a young player, the manager might look at him and think, well, he is 2 or 3 years away from the first team. Well, if he is 2 or 3 years away from the first team, I'd be quite honestly, I don't see the point in wasting 2 or 3 years with him. Like,
that takes you.
The thing is, if they can get this Colts team into the lower divisions, mate, that'll give a lot of these young boys game time and serious match competition, and you maybe see them come on leaps and bounds if that happens to take place, you know.
I actually think that's a really good point you've just made there, Al. We brought that boy Nemanja in there, you know. Maybe what we should have done is looked at the boy Atakai and thought, well, you know, because Nemanja got a wee bit of a run out once or twice, didn't he? You know, wasn't that impressed with the boy? You know, I'd much rather have seen one of my Rangers youngsters getting that opportunity. So that's a good point, Al. You made a good point there, mate.
Just remember the young midfielder you were talking about Ibrox to me and Fox about. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting the young guy's name. What was his name again?
Ox. It was Ox. He was called
Ox.
Ox, yeah, right. That's that boy with size 54 shorts. What was his name again, Ibrox?
Is that a thing when you're talking about, mate? There was a few.
The young boy, you said the central midfielder. Palmer, right. So where's this young guy?
He was playing yesterday for the youths at Falkirk, mate, when they won 2-1.
Right. So the same thing applies to that young guy. We're bringing in a midfielder got.
No, he's a very long way away, mate. He's just been brought up, mate. He's been brought up because he was with under 15s and under 16s, and he's been brought up a few years to the age bracket he's at the now. So
what age bracket is he at the now?
I'll tell you exactly.
He's in the development squad.
In the development squad just now, but his age is only about 16, I think. No, he's 16, I think. Just turned 16.
Right. So you can go to war, the guy. You can go to war. You know what I mean? You can't get a fight, but you can go to war.
Sorry, I apologise, mate. He's 17. He's 17. Sorry.
Oh well, there you go. You can buy a house. Why is this? I just find that if we've got the players that are showing talent, I just don't see where why are we not introducing them into the first team squad? Are they just that too far away for the first team, do you think, the young guys?
I don't think. I know Man United done it with that team in the early 90s, mate, when they went on to be exceptional players, and they did that. Yeah. But with the piece, you don't have that many. If you can get 1 or 2 every 2 years coming through, you're being successful, you know. And we've got the young boy McCrory, looks as if, God, you wouldn't be disappointed if we made him captain next week, Al, you know.
He's the future of our club. He's mentioned it the other morning there, actually, about a John Gregg, and I wanted to phone back in. That's the closest you'll see. He'll be his own man in his own right, but that's a new John Gregg, as far as I'm concerned, that boy. I think that McCrory's, the world is his oyster. Honestly, God, I think he's...
I think our team spread over the 2 halves had quite a lot of youngsters in the squad that played, and some of them had good performances, some of them just normal performances. I've got no criticism of any of them. In reality, I'm delighted. I'm delighted with what they've done. I'm delighted with this way this manager's allowed them to come through. In fact, maybe even shunted them through, maybe against their will to a certain extent. But I watched young Barjonas last night, and yes, we've said this many times. There's mistakes in everybody, and when they make the mistakes, it's glaring, you know. But young Burr-Jones, I thought, played quite well last night. But Atakai played quite well. I've got absolutely no complaints. It must have been 7 or 8 youngsters that we had played last night. And obviously the best youngster we've got at the moment, McCrory, never even got a game because of his injuries. So I think we did quite well. I'm very, very happy. And the 2 loanees, two loan players back in again. Can't believe it. Tremendous stuff. And got a victory.
Is there any other rumours? Is there anybody else? Sorry.
On you go.
Can I ask you this question there? See,
George, carry on.
It's only Peanuts left so far. Ox, is that right? Aye.
Aye.
And we've brought in the boy Murphy and the other wee boy. Gone the 2 performances, but I would say we've definitely improved our squad.
George, if they'd have brought me and you in and get rid of Peanut, we'd have improved our squad.
Aye. Well, that's what you can do. Also. You can only keep moving forward and improving. We've been unlucky. A lot of folk are saying Diddums and things like that. We've been unlucky with. I think the guy was supposed to be our best player, got played out of position for a bit of the season and got injured. Dorrans. The reports tonight were put a bit that we were asked Hamilton to speak to the wee boy for Hamilton as well now. So I mean, I think it's positive. We can only. You've got to learn to walk before you can run, and I think if we improve every window, that's all we can do. Get closer, and then eventually challenge.
But what has to improve, George, is we could talk about the squad, and Fox has got to say in the basic squad. He used it with Warburton come in. He's getting a basic squad for the Championship to win it. Basic squad for the Premier League to see if we can improve. What has to improve for our club is the consistency of winning football matches, because this season we can sit here and we can shake your head and we can go, unbelievably, we could have been sitting a couple of points clear at the top of the league and we could have been buzzing.
Let it go, Ox, let it go.
Yeah. That's your big problem.
Let it go.
No, but it's right what you say, Ox, isn't it? You know, we could have been sitting at the top of the league. You look at the points we've dropped against the likes of Hamilton and St Johnstone and that, you know, and it was gut-wrenching at the time, because we should be, as well, I suppose as we've always said, we should be beating these teams. It shouldn't be a problem to us, you know. Inconsistency has been a big problem this season, and hopefully they can sort that out in the second half of the season. Because when you look at the likes of Hamilton and St Johnstone, they've certainly got the better players, Partick, Thistle and that, you know, we dropped points against Thistle. We've got the better players, you know, definitely. That isn't a problem. It's the consistency. I have absolutely no clue how they can go 1-0 up against Hamilton and then lose the game. At Ibrox, I don't know. I don't understand how that came about. Still don't understand it. That should never happen to a Rangers side, ever. So the consistency has been a big problem. That's going to be sorted in the second half of the season, you know.
Here, Rudy. Here, pal. What did you have for your dinner tonight, Rudy? Because you sound strong.
A big plate of mince and tatties tonight.
Go on yourself, pal. Go on yourself.
Mince and tatties. Dough balls.
I knew there was dough balls.
Oh, there was dough balls.
I'll tell you what, Rudy. Don't you ever let that woman leave you. Look after you. I'd pass all these tips into young Ibrox Loyal. Pass all these tips over.
She's threatened a couple of times, but she's still here, Bridge. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, she knows where her bread's buttered. You know what I'm saying?
And so do you, by the way.
She couldn't get loose. She couldn't get loose.
Al likes a dough ball, but it sounds it.
Oh, I love dough balls, man. I love dough balls. See, you go back to what Rudy was saying. It's consistency, but I think that goes back to attitude. You get in at 1-0 up at half time, and then you're coming out, obviously, with the wrong attitude in the second half. That's why Mr. Nichols there, yeah? You keep that fire burning in your belly for the second half.
As I said, I don't like harp on about it, but it's been a frustrating period in time, you know.
I mean, it's been unusual as well, to the point, Ox, where when they came out against at the Glitterdome when they played the Mankey Mob, we came out in the second half and we looked like we were totally up for that second half, you know. Same against Aberdeen, came out in the second half, totally up for it. And this is where the inconsistency for me comes into it. I don't know what it whether it's down to, but I mean, coming out against Hamilton and just looking like they hadn't even met each other, never mind played together as a team, you know.
St Johnstone was classic at Ibrox. St Johnstone, we were just absolutely dreadful.
Yeah.
We were going one up against them, they scored 3 goals against us. 3 goals.
I know.
God almighty.
George, is that because, and I don't know how, only because we've talked about them tonight, is that because your Hallarans and your Atticais, they ain't going to be the problem at Ibrox because there's no grass to run into?
Aye. No, I think you're right, Ox. I think the point is, I was saying about O'Halloran, I don't think he's a world beater, but he's improvement that we had there. And he's been beating all the other teams with St Johnstone, Ox. So I'd like to think him coming in an improved Rangers team, he can beat them as well, which means that I would like to see him playing against all these other teams. Hamilton, we couldn't beat Hamilton, so if he comes in and maybe improve that team, that was my point. I think he'll just be a wee bit in addition, like to the squad, like Ox.
Aye. It would have been the first name you put down the team sheet. That's what you're saying, huh?
No, he definitely wouldn't, Ox. I mean, 100% wouldn't. But even going with one performance, because I can't say I've seen a lot of Jamie Murphy, to be honest. But going with his performance last night, wanting to take on guys, and obviously I've YouTubed him a couple of times, and he seems to be doing the same last night as what he was doing in all his other games, wanting to take some doing, going wide, try to get the ball in the books and things like that. Like so. He looks like an improvement, so I think we're getting there, Ox. I think we're definitely getting there.
Nice bit of skill on the byline near the end of the first half.
I think that'd be Atticais. That'd be feet to that wee boy Atticais. Is that in the first half when he done that, when passed the boy and done the wee bit quick? I thought that was unbelievable. Ox. See, do something like that, and that's what the big Al was saying. See if you're up 2-0 or 3-0, or can you give that guy a game against Fraser or whatever? And you see something like that gives you something to look forward to. And it's a wee bit of a player doing it then, Ox, you know what I mean?
Aye, that's it. Bridgeman, the second half, who was your man of the match?
I'd give Windass it, 100%. I thought he was excellent. I thought he really played very well going through I thought at times, I don't know, my eyes may have been deceiving me, but it looked to me as if we were playing something like 4-2-3-1, and then sometimes it's 4-3-2-1, you know? But I think that I thought Windass stepped up last night. Look, I'm under no illusions. We were playing a lot of young lads as well, right? But Windass really, really played well. And in my opinion, his fee is a lot more than what they're talking about, you know, a lot more.
Aye, took his goal well. I would struggle to argue with that, mate. He was my best player. Fair comment. Rudy Bear.
Aye, same for me. I think Windass man of the match, if we were going to pick a man of the match. As I said, I absolutely lambasted him in the sort of first part of the season up to about, I think I get the double header against Aberdeen. I couldn't understand why he was getting a game week in, week out. But playing him out in the left, you're absolutely wasting your time putting him there because you're not going to get anything off him. And surely Mr. Murphy knows that now. You know, his proper position, as Big Al said 10 minutes ago, is playing him, you know, at the top of that diamond. It's where he played for his previous team. It's where he said he likes to play. You know, and you can't be too hard on the boy if you're playing him out of position and then he's not doing very well. You're giving him a hard time. Well, you know, you're playing him out of position. I've never understood why but we do this a lot at Rangers. We bring players in and play them out of position. You know, I don't really understand why that would happen. But for me, I thought he's certainly come onto a game in the last few weeks for me. He's dropped off a wee bit in 1 or 2 games, but he certainly played better in the last few weeks than he did sort of the first quarter of the season, I would say. And for me, the two games against Aberdeen, I thought he was excellent. I thought in the 2 games, you know, certainly, and he's certainly worth more than $500,000. I think it's Wigan, is it? Wigan, I think. Certainly worth more than that.
They're entitled to ask the question, aren't they?
Absolutely, aye. But, you know, if you're talking about maybe getting to the point where they're talking maybe $1 million to $1.5 million, maybe then you can look at it and think about it, you know. But up to that point, I would just say tell them to, you know, wait and think again, you know.
Aye. I mean, obviously the player that will kick in then if they come in, because if they were offering him about $1 million, $1.5 million, he might be getting maybe double the wages he's on at Ibrox, mate.
That's
so
it. Yeah,
you've got to deal with that. Aye, fair comment, Rudy, yeah.
Can I just make a wee quick point here as well?
Right, George.
I think that we've got to always remember, I mean, Rudy's making great points here. I think that we've got to always remember about the consistency in that. And I think the guy's away now, and I'm glad he's away. But we had a bam stick as a manager, and that's what I thought. We had a guy there that didn't have a clue.
Did you say Brigton, George?
The Brigton Bam, was he?
It was the Brigton Bam, aye.
No, it was the Brigton,
well,
the Brigton Ram.
Bam stick, actually.
The Brigton Ram,
the Brigton Ram.
The Maryhill Ram, the Maryhill Ram, and the Maryhill Bam.
The Maryhill Bam can speak in a minute. Can I just finish this point? Sorry.
Well said, George. Well said.
You tell him, George.
Aye, it's your birthday yesterday, Bridge. All the respect's gone.
I do apologise.
Not at all, Bridge. Sorry about that. No, but I honestly...
I brought to Maryhill. Sorry, sir.
But if we've got a guy in there, no, because you can't say he is the manager, but he came as the under 21 coach, and for me, he's doing a better job now than a guy that we brung as the next big thing.
Paid a lot of money.
And he's absolutely been showing up out abroad as well, getting beat by a third division team as well. So we're right in getting rid of him. So I think there's maybe a wee bit of hangover for that as well. And I think Fox made the point for a bit of hangover the other night there for maybe the last 2 or 3 years. So we've got to kick all that. I mean, you can't just be coming for where we were and what we're doing to just winning every single week. Because we're going to have teething problems. So I keep on saying it, but I think we're definitely getting there. And once we get a wee bit of structure at the club, get rid of that. We've got rid of that Bam pot now. We've got another guy in. Hopefully we can start kicking on a bit and get a wee bit of consistency.
Right. Ibrox Loyal.
Aye, mate. For me, Josh Windass, man of the match with any shadow of a doubt, mate. As I say, my comments earlier, he looked like a completely different animal last night when he came on. He looked he was hungrier than I've seen him for a lot of this season. But again, all the guys that are saying
that's because he missed the buffet in the Ponderosa and International Drive, mate.
Well, mate, but with all accounts, he's been doing well in training. I've been hearing that all season. Our players are showing up in training and not really doing it come match day, but it looked like he did last night. And I think, like you said the other night, Ox, when I mentioned about the Jamie Murphy thing about moving goalposts, well, I'd be certainly moving the goalposts and would they be accepting him less? Well, they can start talking to him once they start off in the region of 2 million. That's the way I'm looking at it now, if we're about to change goalposts.
All right, mate. That's all about opinions, mate. I mean, for me, Windass has shown that what he's got, and I'll come to Fox next year, he's a nice finisher. He scored some nice goals, different goals, passing him into the net. He can strike a ball at times. Again, like a lot of players, he's got to add that consistency. He's given, then he'll get away for the lack of heart if he's consistently involved with just a bit more work rate. Fox?
I think what I noticed more about him last night, mate, was his movement. When he was stuck out in the left, mate, he stayed out there looking for the ball half the time. But when we're playing against packed defences at Ibrox, mate, that's what all front players and whoever's in the midfield need to do. When it's a packed defence, it's movement in between the players that will start to open them up. They'll know who to pick up. Whereas just now, what we've seen in the first half of the season, Morelos is a lone striker, mate. He's easy picked up because the rest of them don't work hard enough. And that's what needs to improve for the second half of the season.
Is Windass that number shadow striker for you with Morelos? Is that your
as long as he keeps up the movement. If you noticed last night, mate, he was always on the move. He was always looking for runs to get the ball through to him. As the American commentators were picking up, mate, that's what they noticed about him as well. He was always trying to get in behind the defence last night, and I think he was a bit lazy at Ibrox. He didn't do enough work, and I think with the attitude we had against Celtic, the quick closing down and players working a bit hard, we can do a lot better in the second half of the season.
Yeah. Right, lads, if you don't mind on mute, Fox is going to use a tune. I think he's going to use a solo on the night. So,
well, we'll see what we've got.
Enjoy that, George.
Nice one, Foxy. Nice one.
I love the Ox. Absolutely brilliant. I'll need to get a band to get one.
Aye, we want a nice solo drumming bit, maybe, mate.
Nah, you'll not like that.
Right, so me and Bridgeman, Fox, second half, I don't think I went to you. Who was your man of the match?
I have to agree. I thought it was Windass, mate.
Aye.
All in all, can I ask you a question?
Aye.
We know the two sets of teams have been out last night, but on performance last night, what would be your 11 going into the Saturday game?
All right. I was saying that people on the fit, that's the 22 you've got to pick for.
Well, that's the 22.
Hypothetically, aye.
Aye.
Okay then. So the goalkeeper, Ibrox, who you putting in goal?
For me, I want to give Kelly a wee run. I know that he never did much, he never did a lot to save, mate, but I want to go with young Kelly. So.
Alright, Fox, it was back at Ibrox, wasn't it?
Sorry, Ox?
What are you saying when we come home or for the next game on Saturday?
No, but we've seen the 22 players in the park there, and we know we've got injuries, even including the injuries. If we pick your own tactic, and what you think was our strongest team, mate?
All right. Goalkeeper? Rudy Bear?
I'd probably go with Anik again. I thought he pulled that save off, didn't he? I think it was in the first half, like he pulled that save off. Shut the boy down, spread himself well, made himself big, didn't he? You know, because I was convinced that boy was going to score there. I'd probably go with Anik, aye.
Alright, Big Al?
Sorry, guys, on there. No, I have to go. You have to put Wes in, isn't he? He's a first team goalkeeper. So Wes for me.
Alright.
No, sorry. I thought you says Fox says for the tomorrow night's game you can only choose between Kelly and Anik.
That's what I thought as well.
I just confused you. It's 40 ounce of free. Give it Kelly one.
Alright, I'm pissed then. I'm sticking with Kelly.
It's our first competitive game, yeah? Is that what we're talking about?
I would say we were lining up against Aberdeen. I think the Fraserburgh game there'll maybe be a lot of changes for. Hopefully that we don't get any trouble in the game, but if we were lining up against Aberdeen, what would be our strongest squad and what we've seen so far?
It's got to be Wes then, and goals for me.
Anybody want to speak against Wes?
No.
Going once?
I have to say I agree with that.
Against Wes? Wasn't it a question, you?
No, against them, no.
You get 5 marks took off your score. Well, going once, going twice, right? So Wes in goal. So we'll go to our defensive experts, right? Let me think. Bridges on, knows nothing. Fox, centre half, useless. Rudy Bear, right back, because that's where they try to hide him. George had a bit about him. George, pick your fullbacks. Oh. Close, George. Must have been too big a question for him. Rudy Bear.
Aye, well, it's going to be, for me, it's going to be Tav and DJ.
Alright, okay, straight up. Fox?
Aye, Tav and DJ.
I would say Tav and Lee Wallace, mate.
Oh, you've got Lee Wallace back in. Oh. You're definitely trying to keep him with that travel rug. Bridgeman?
For left back, did you say?
Listen to the questions. I'm not going to repeat myself. I'll do it for you because it was your birthday yesterday.
Thanks, buddy.
Pick the full backs.
Full backs, right.
Yeah.
Fine. Tavernier and Declan John.
Alright, okay. Ibrox?
Tav and DJ.
Big Al?
Tav and Declan John.
I can't believe that he's never put that Dulcie on after that performance last night.
With the team not only changing one position, really, for the last outing that we had. Got to the chase, if you know what I mean.
Potentially, but remember, midfield could be competitive with the jerseys in there. So you're maybe bringing Murphy in for Crankier and then moving Windus in one. But we'll get there now. It's a show. We've got to do it.
All right, okay. I know. Sorry, I like to get to the point.
50 minutes to go, Al.
Right, you can talk about gardening or cooking. Go, sorry.
Have we gone the diamond formation, mate? That's important.
We'll let you pick that because I'll go to you first when we go to the midfielders, alright?
Right.
Okay, so
can I just say one thing?
When you go, Al?
It is really refreshing that we're on here talking about this. Foxy saying, are we playing a diamond? It's great that we have choice now, or we feel we have choice, you know what I mean? So that's a very, very positive outlook for all you guys.
Aye. For me, the two fullbacks would be Tav, and if everybody's fit, Declan John at the moment is just edging it for me. In front of the wee Wallace, right? So centre halves, I'll go to Bridgman and then Ibrox.
Based on what we've seen about Bates and Danny Wilson.
All right. I thought that Bates, he passed the ball to defence well in the second half last night. Ibrox loyal.
Bates and Danny Wilson.
All right, okay. You're not even bringing Alves back, Bridge. You've lost it with him.
Well, he's injured. He's injured, pal. He's not going to get
but
back.
Fox has just brought Lee Wallace back.
But Lee Wallace is on the way back. Alves is just on the way out, basically, injured.
All right, okay.
Unless by some miracle.
Well, it might be a way to Wales, I don't know. Right, so, centre halves, Fox.
I fit Alves and Danny Wilson, mate.
All right, Big Al.
I'd go Bates and McCrory.
Oh, there's a bit of controversy. That's you saying he's a better centre half than he is a better central defensive midfielder.
He's just an all-round good player. I think he can play anywhere.
But you he's an all-round good egg.
Yes, is that as well. Obviously, Pierce, isn't he?
Aye. So why? Centre halves, Rudy.
Yeah, if Alves is fit, it would be Alves and Wilson, but if no, Bates and Wilson.
All right, okay. Big Bates is a bit of an enigma, isn't he? Ibrox loyal. Man of the match at Pittodrie, man of the match at Parkhead. And we've still no confidence in him. Some people.
No, I think the thing last night, mate, was just. I don't even know we could put it down to. Maybe just slackness. It's not that he's not happy for him. Maybe some people say he was getting heat stroke, but what about yourself? Who would your two centre halves be in?
On current form, I think Danny Wilson's due a start. He seems to bring something, lacks a bit of pace for me going forward. I think we need to think long and hard if we're going to give him a contract, but in current form, Danny Wilson. Then you're between Alves and Bates, who's been man of the match. And because of his attitude, I'd go with Bates just in front of the class. It is Bruno Alves. I didn't even think Cardoso played that well last night, really. Right, so we've got our back four. Fox, you're in charge of the midfield. How are we setting up?
Because of the new signings, mate, I'm going to go 4-1-4-1.
Right, okay. So who's your one?
Against Aberdeen, mate, I would put the boy Goss in as my defensive midfielder.
All right.
Candias on the right, Murphy on the left, Dorns, we said, didn't we? Dorns and Jack in the middle of the park, mate.
All right, okay. Ibrox.
Right, well, for me, McCrory is the sitting midfielder. Then it would obviously be Candias. Candias, Goss, Holt, and the other side Murphy.
Alright, fair enough. Bridgman.
I'm not sure of that. I'll tell you what, I'm going to agree with like Ibrox Loyal, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just not 100% sure. I like Candias. So I think there's something not right about Candias right at this moment for me. But I'll go with what Ibrox Loyal says. I'm happy with that.
All right. I think it's important that we get three in the middle because most of the teams we play against, that's the way they play. We control that part of the pitch. Hopefully, we control the game and go on and win it. McCrory in current form's got to play for me. Defensive mid, and then you'll get a few candidates how you play it. Ryan Jack's got to be in it if he's back for his injury. I'll go Jason Holt and no, take Holt out. Dorrans. And then at the head of the diamond, Josh Windass.
It's a 4-1-4-1, mate. You can't have a head of the diamond.
Oh, 4-1-4-1. Alright, so... that's not going to work then, because that's the pot. It'd need to be Murphy on the... Nah, I need to come back to me, Fox. You're throwing me there, because then you can't get all the players in. You know nothing about football. That doesn't work with the personnel we've got.
Oh, it does, mate. That's so far, I think we've got shit. Mark, the controversial thing is I would drop Morelos and put Windass up front, mate.
Ooh. That is controversial, eh? I'll do you mine, Fox, if that's alright.
Oh yeah, you carry on, Rudy.
McCrory, CDM without a shadow of a doubt. In the middle I'd have Jack and Dorrans, I'd have Candias on the right, and I'd have Murphy on the left.
I'll go with that. That's alright. And then, so that's your 4-1, 4-1, one up front. Yeah, I think I'd still have Morelos up front, simply for, he's battling qualities alone, I mean, he fights for everything, the boy, and he's a right pest to defenders. I don't know if Josh Windass has to do that job as well as Morelos does it. I'd still have Morelos up front. Scrap it. If we're going to do with that, we need to go 3-5-2. Right, but carry on. Fox, you're the boss. Right, okay, controversial. What about that? Bridge, what about yourself?
You keep bringing people in that are actually injured, and they might make it, and they might know. I'm getting a bit confused with that.
I would go Fox. It was Fox's game. It's not my game.
Okay.
And Fox said you could pick for anybody.
Anybody.
Aye. Who's at the club, by the way? Because you'd have Baxter in it.
You
might have.
I was going to say Ronaldo and Messi.
I think Morelos should retain his position as a centre forward, and I think the man behind him, the shadow striker, would be Windass. To me, that's the attack. Yeah, that's what I'd go with. I know Foxy. I just heard Foxy saying he would drop Morelos and put Windass straight in up front. But personally speaking, I would have Morelos up front and Windass right behind him, and make everybody else form about that.
Aye, fair enough. Ibrox, you're out there. What's Al 63? I've not been in the lobby. Al 63 must have put it in the lobby.
Alright.
You carry on. Alright, what's yours, Sam? Ibrox.
Oh, sorry. My up fronter is still going to be Moraes, mate, without a doubt. So that'll be my 4-1-4-1. I'll stick with the rules.
Right, go on then. So you're just going with Morales up front, aye?
Well, hold on, that keeps on me. No, I've already gave you my
your midfield,
aye. So Morales just up front his own, so that'd be it then. I'll stick with it.
Very negative for Ibrox, isn't it? One up front.
Well, I'm going with Fox's rules.
But remember this. You've got 3 substitutes that can come on as well, mate, and completely change the time. I'm talking about our strongest team to start the game against Aberdeen. If you had 3 people to bring on, who would you bring on? You would then bring on Morelos, for me, and trap one of the midfielders and push Goss up into the midfield into a 4-4-2, mate. Would be one for me. I'm just making this up as I go along, so just carry on.
But, Fox, can I ask you a question? Is that after Aberdeen's went 1-0 up, or we 2-0 up?
I'll tell you one thing. Aberdeen wouldn't get through that midfield, mate, that I've just named.
But see what you said, the 4-1-4-1. The only change I would say in the midfield, I think it would be limited, so I'd go with the same midfield as Fox said and play that Goss in there. And then up front, I can see what he's saying about at Windass, but I think you probably got a wee bit more work out of Morelos, so I would just. I like his thinking, but I think I don't have the balls to trap Morelos to be quite honest. Manager. I've no cojones, no. I've got
What I will say, Fox is looking back. He's always looking back. He's looking back at the last Aberdeen games, and Windass did just run their centre half ragged, didn't he?
Yes. But then the formation, for me, it'd be 4-4-2. I'd make that flexible in the middle of the park. It would need to be Windass and Morelos up the park.
I was going to say that as well. Yeah, I mean, I mean, there's a lot. Need some help up there. I think to play him up in his own. The boy does an absolute power of work, but I'd certainly have Windass up there with him, just playing off him.
If a manager's got the personnel at his disposal to play the diamond, which may be one of his favourite formations, then it could do that against Aberdeen. Otherwise, it would definitely be 4-4-2 and a very tight 4-4-2 as well for me. Because Aberdeen aren't bad going forward. They've shown that to us a few times,
The reason I asked these, Bridge, was, isn't it great to have a wee bit of debate about who we're going to put in instead of the same old faces, mate? That was the whole point of the exercise.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, no, absolutely.
Who's on your bench, Fox? Who's on the bench?
My bench, McCrory, O'Halloran, Jason Holt. I think I would put the young boy Barjonas to help him stay intact with the first team, mate. Probably we'll have a reserve goalkeeper and probably one more, a signing still to come in, mate. That'll tell you even better.
Cummings.
Well, see then, if say we did look at it and Cummings was in the club, we'd drop Windass for Cummings and play the two of them up that wee bit higher, because Cummings had terrorised Aberdeen defence.
Do you know what?
I shore up the midfield a wee bit.
I think that's a great shout, because I think Cummings, if we could get that boy to the club, I think him and Morelos would terrorise defences. I think they would run them ragged,
I actually would go the other way. I would suggest that if you brought in Cummings, you might start to thinking taking the weight off of Morelos and play Cummings directly up front and Windass behind them. I think Windass is going to be in a key role for Rangers, and if he manages to step up to that level and basically continue the good advances he's made now, he's a really good. He's playing very well for us. If he can keep that up, it would be brilliant.
I just think Morelos needs a wee spell on the bench. Then,
well, I don't know if he needs a spell on the bench. For some reason or other, he doesn't. It's kind of lackadaisical at times. Don't get me wrong. I think he's superb. He holds the ball up well at times. But, sometimes he gets that lackadaisical and he tries wee flicks when flicks aren't on. That kind of thing, And when you do flicks like that and there's no on, remember you've got maybe 5 or 6 guys running up the pitch to be with you to support your position. And if he's just going to flick the ball back the way, don't get me wrong, if it comes off, it's fabulous, you know. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to come off, and you're leaving your guys wide open, you know, from attack to right through the midfield and so on and so forth, or even over the top, you know. It's just difficult. So I think somewhere along the line, if he can get that right, like we saw him, he was in his pomp against Celtic, and he was superb. Led the line really brilliantly. Had a couple of really good chances, missed them, but nevertheless he was there. He took on Scott Brown whenever necessary, nutmegged him, kicked him out of the place, shoved him at the ground. All that nonsense, strong as a bull. But I still think, you know, somewhere along the line, if you brought someone in like that boy Summers, is it Summers his name is?
Cummings.
Cummings, sorry. If you bring in Cummings, then Cummings, I don't know where I got that from, but if you bring in Cummings,
that'll be the plastic bag sitting in your corner of your kitchen there with
Cummings is an out and out scoring machine, an out and out scoring machine. You can't play him inside left. You can't play him anywhere. Let him roam. He'll do what he needs to do, and he's done it to us a couple of times. So if he's on form, that is, you know, he's got a lot of gallus about him, you know, and he likes to score goals. He loves it, you know. Anyway,
I think we've missed a bit of a trick with Morales. I think he should have been given a couple of weeks off or 10 days away, see the family in Colombia, recharge his batteries, because he's had a season under his belt, eh?
That's a brilliant show,
I don't know if he...
Very caring of you, Al. Very caring, Al.
Well, you've got to look after your top men, haven't you? You've got to... And they'll look after you, so that's how I would manage that. Whatever they say to him, look, we're in America, go and see your family. Because he's had a season, eh? He's played a full season now between Finland and Scotland. So I think before the Celtic game, I think you could see he was a wee bit. His work rate was 100% and commitment and work rate. But what we need him there, we need him to put the ball in the back of the net. So I thought maybe Murty's or Mr. Murty's maybe missed a wee trick. Yeah, that's what I would have done if I was a manager. I did notice one thing as well. Nobody mentioned Herrera, so Herrera would never be on the bench. He's not really an option for us, is he?
No, I don't
think
so.
Give us nothing when he comes on.
Quite honestly, I think Herrera's another crank car, only he's 20 years younger, mate.
Younger, I'd rather have the bench way on O'Halloran, if his attitude was right coming off, because he's got the bit of legs, he could create spaces for other players, you know. I mean, if O'Halloran's taking a run, obviously the players have got to look at him when he put two on him. That's left a space for Morales or Windass to run into, you know. So there's an option there with bringing him on later in the game. And even if you're winning, I'd still like to see us go and actually demolish teams. If you're up 2-0, there's nothing wrong with coming off the park with 4 goals, you know what I mean, or 3 goals or 5 goals if you're lucky.
I've also been joined by Alan 63 Hawks.
Evening, Al.
Hello,
guys.
I don't know what he's talking about. Right, let's have your team.
I've just come in to correct you all because you're all talking rubbish.
I've been trying to tell them that all night, Al, but I'm not listening.
No, just at it. I enjoyed that football last night. I was on a few of you typing in that lobby. It was good fun.
It's not like you, Al, during the night typing in the lobby, is it?
No, not really. No, it's not like me.
Right, give us your team, mate. Give us your team.
Oh, jinx. Well,
come on.
This is for Aberdeen, though, isn't it?
Well, I was saying.
So it's a bit away.
Aye, well, it's not that long away, mate.
So we don't know who's going to be fit.
We're assuming for Fox's game, stupid game that it is, everybody's fit.
Because he's got one earlier.
All right, everybody's fit.
You're just waiting.
You're spot on, Al.
Right. He doesn't like it up him, does he, Fox?
No, he does not.
Fox knows that, Al.
4-4-2.
Sorry,
4-4-1-1. Where are we anyway? Home or away?
We're at home.
Home.
4-4-1-1.
It's 4-1-4-1, Alan.
Has it got to be 4-1-4-1?
Aye, because it's Fox's game, innit?
Oh, right. Oh, right. Sorry, didn't know that. Mostly the same that I've just been saying. Fods and goals. Tav, John. I would go with Bates and Wilson. Right. I just think it's time to stop playing Alves because I just think he wants away anyway. And the very fact he came out and did an interview whereby he was talking about if I don't get played such and such because he wants to go to the World Cup. I mean, who's kidding who? If Portugal's that bad that they've got to play him, they've got no chance. Because he looks terrible. So Wilson and Bates at the back in the midfield. If they're off fit, I would have to go left to right. And no, I'd do two wingers. Candace right. Murphy left.
Yep.
I would play that new guy, the one that's in loan. Goss.
Yep. Hugo.
Aye. And who else? Dorn's if he's fit.
Alright.
But I don't think he'll be fit, won't he? No,
doesn't look like it, mate.
So we can forget about him.
But
He won't be able to play. But that's who I would go for a 50.
Aye. And up front?
Alright, it's just one up front, isn't it?
Is that negative?
I never said who was sitting, did I?
No.
Right, so sitting it would be that guy Goss, and the two midfielders would be Jack and Dorns, and the one up front. I'd have to say where else.
Well,
but I wouldn't go with a bit where Morelos needs a rest. I think Morelos is alright at his age right now. You would want to burn him out, but so maybe when it comes to cup games, give him a rest and let somebody else play. That could
goals,
be an
mate.
option.
It'd be remarkable how fresh he'll be if he's scoring goals.
Aye, we could always sit on the bench and give somebody a wee shot. See if that guy Windass can play up top or whatever. I don't think he can. I don't think he's got the brains for it, but that just might play. I think
Has he turned into the best finisher at the club, Windass?
No, far from it. He scored a couple of nice ones, but not the best finisher. I think in football terms he is truly thick. I don't mean that in a bad way, I just think that is who he is. I don't think he's got a footballing brain. He does do some things that are really good, but on the whole, there's guys running into space. He done it against that Celtic and all that. No? There's guys running into space, you think, pass it left, and he'd pass it right, and you're like, oh, flipping it, man. Yeah. But I like him. He's getting better. So obviously the training's doing a good. Yeah?
Do you think when this window closes and the extra additions that we've got in the squad will either prove Murty to be a good manager or a bad manager? His tactics and who he plays in certain positions will quickly be found out, you know. And
true. I think he's still got another couple to bring in. I don't think he's going to stop right now. And I think if he brings in the right ones and we start getting the proper results, there's every chance we're going to have to start thinking about him as long-term manager, which a couple of weeks ago I was just rubbishing. So aye, it does. It makes you think.
That's a question, Big Al.
Aye, go.
Oh, you see how you brought in Dorms into the midfield and you said he's a holding midfielder. Is his better position no taking over for Windass? Or if Windass is playing well in that kind of, what's it, shadow striker, as Ibrox says, does Dorms even get in the team?
Aye, well, Dorns could certainly do that. I never picked Windass, remember? I picked Dorns, Jack, and midfielder was the guy Goss. So Goss would be sitting. No?
Have we not said that Dorns is better up playing up that wee bit higher?
Aye, well he can do. He can push on and help the striker. Because Goss is there.
So we could play him. We could play him in that 10 position. Do you think?
I think so. Yeah. I think he's a definite. He's a goal scorer. Yeah.
And what you're saying, football brain. I think he's got a better football brain than Windass. So. Just another option. So then. But. Well, is it such a bad thing then if Wigan came in with 500 grand and Dorns was fit? Would you take the 500 grand for Windass then? So he wasn't going to get in the team because you can't play him on the left, you can't play him on the right, you can't play him any other else in the park than in that position.
We still need cover though, don't we?
Aye, it's a squad thing, Alan. You have to think of the squad. It's not just about the first 11. You know, for me, I would never let Windass go for 500 grand. To be honest, you know, if you start talking about 1.5 million, then possibly, you know.
would have done 4 weeks ago.
No, that's true. At the beginning of the season, mate, I would have got him in my car and drove him down to Wigan, you know what I mean?
Aye.
You know, he has had some good games, you know, and he's played well. He scored some good goals and stuff like that. He certainly has improved his game. But, you know, as far as selling players goes, you know, or bringing players in, it's not just about your first 11 for me. It's also about the squad. It's who you've got sitting on the bench that you might be able to bring off the bench, you know, to change a game if it's not gone your way, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. You've got a player sitting on the bench, then it's O'Halloran. Could O'Halloran then come in as cover in that position behind the shadow striker position?
Yep.
You're not going to get 500 grand for O'Halloran, are we? He's going to go to St Johnstone or a St Mirren or something.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he'll make his name with us. I think he's going to be a great player. I think, yeah.
You think so, Alan?
Yep.
What position, Al? What position?
Well, you could easily say anywhere across the front, but possibly that number 10, though. He's got brains. He's not like Windass. He's got brains. He knows how to pass the ball. He knows how to open up a defence with a pass, and he's a good scorer of goals. Nobody us, but he showed it with St Johnstone. That's because he was I don't think he was getting on with that manager, probably like half of the squad. I just think that's the way it was under him. And I think it was George that said, in fact I can't remember, but George said that he summed him up in one word and it was true. By a duck. I think you've always got to keep guys that have got pace, at least in your squad if they're not getting the first team. Because then if you bring him on when defences are tiring, the defences are bloody hell, I'm going to have to chase him now.
Alan, can I last comment on you?
Huh?
Alan, you're a visionary. Honestly, God. You're much maligned, but you're a visionary.
Thank you.
Bridgeman, you were coming in?
Yeah, I was just going to say that it sounds quite critical. Alan sounds a wee bit critical of some of our players, and I don't understand why he's so critical of Windass. I don't quite understand. Sorry,
it was only him. Never said anything about anybody else. I don't think he's got a football brain, but I don't think that's a slagging. That's just how I think he is. He still played well last night. I watched him.
So there's no criticism of Windass at all then?
Well, my criticism is that he doesn't see a pass. But I think overall he started to get better. I said that as well. I think the training's starting to kind of wash off on him a wee bit.
Okay, I must have picked up a wee bit wrong then. Sorry, pal.
You've got to just turn the clock back a month. Some of the performances away from home.
Oh yeah, I understand fully. I understand fully. I'm purely speaking of it from last night, from against Celtic, and last night I thought Windass was excellent. But for me, man of the whole match. And by the way, I'm a critic of him as well at times, you know. But gee whiz, you know, I would suggest that when the way you were speaking or the way it was being said there, I agree with Rudy. There's no way you should be selling that boy Windass if indeed you're ever going to sell him for £500,000. He's worth easily treble, quadruple that. I wouldn't sell him for anything under 2 million, 2.5 million. Seriously, guys, he's a tremendous player.
But his form at the moment, Bridge.
Well, he's coming right into a game.
Is he going to?
He's coming right into a game.
Is he going to? Oh yeah. Look, I personally, I think he is and I think you can go back to the archives. I think we've got a player there. We just need somebody to bring it out of the guy. But is he under the management structure, under the coaches, is he going to achieve another level? That's my worry I have with him. I don't know if he's got it in him to take another step. If he takes another step, what a player he's going to be. And he takes a further step, he'll be £10 million, but I don't know if he's got it. I don't know if he's... And Dembele,
I don't know if he's got it.
I think
to be honest, the beginning of the season, he was absolutely shocking, so he was at times. He was shocking, so bad. And from week to week and game to game, I couldn't understand how he kept getting a game. I think he's stepped up since then. I think he has improved, since then. And that's why
I do too.
But you're making a good point though, Al. Can he step up another level again? You know,
we need him. We need the players to take another step forward for us.
Aye,
you know what I mean?
A good point,
and
Al.
admittedly, he was playing on the left majority of the games.
That's right.
He has, since he's been moved to a more comfortable position for him. On form, his form's got better. But if we consistently play him in that, and he plays at this level, which is better than he was playing, I don't think he's any good to us, because he has to take another 2 or 3 steps. I think, anyway, at this point.
Right, yeah. I think that remains to be seen what we can get out of him for the second half of this season. You know, I think that's... Yeah, I don't think we should be even thinking about selling him just now, you know, because we need a bigger squad. Okay. You know, we've got players out injured, long-term injuries and stuff like that just now. You know, we're going to pick up some suspensions and stuff as the season goes on, the second half of the season. So we shouldn't even be thinking about selling him just now. Wait to see how he does. Second half of the season, will he improve? Hopefully he will. If he's played in a more natural position, the position that he likes playing in, the possibility is you might get to the end of the season and think there's no way we should even be thinking about selling that boy just now, you know. But if we get to the end of the season and he's been mediocre, for the want of a better phrase, then maybe then we can look at punting him on, you know, once we get to the summer, you know.
I agree with that, pal. I just think that look, I'm only talking from watching last night. You know, the highs and lows, the emotions go high and then they come down again. And I sat and watched it last night and I thought some of our players played out of their skin, to be honest, because I don't think they expected these boys to be as quick as they were. They were very, very quick on the ground, very quick. And I thought when the guys come on the second half, total change around. Good luck to the manager for doing that. And scored a beautiful goal. I thought it was a smashing goal. And could have scored another couple. But our defence, we started to try to play the ball out of defence. You could see something was going wrong here. We weren't actually getting good passes out of defence, and we sort of hung on to the game for the rest of that. But overall, I thought really, really, really pleased. And I don't want to criticise too much. The only one I would say that shouldn't have been out there was a wee boy at left back. I thought he was just dreadful. Unfortunately for him, he was just dreadful.
That was Dalsey, Bridgman.
Yeah, I'm saying that. It was just sad, you know. And the other one I talked about earlier, which I felt really sad for, was Nico Kranjčar. I don't know if there was a heat that was with him or what it was. I just don't know. But other than that, overall,
sorry.
See, as far as that, no, I was just sorry, Alan. I was just going to say Dalsey. See, as far as Dalsey goes, he hasn't figured, and he won't. It's as simple as that. You know, the boys just no go at it. That's all there is to it. I think it was Fox saying at the beginning of the show, he's no go at it. He hasn't go at it. I don't understand why he's still there. That boy, we should just have sent that boy back. And you know, playing him at left back, I've not got a clue what that was all about. Maybe it was just because Graham Murray wanted to put 2 11s on, you know, 11 in the first and then 11 in the second half. And maybe that's why he's thought, I'll stick Dalsey on there and maybe see if we can get something out of him. But there's nothing there with Dalsey, absolutely nothing. And I just don't understand why he's still there. And I know he's a young player. I don't know, maybe he'll go on to have a decent career somewhere else, but it certainly won't be with Rangers.
Agreed, yeah. It's a strange one, because you'll remember me saying things like, when I was being not nice, I was saying at Warburton, Warburton, and Murty, sorry, Mr. Murty, he's a wee bit like Warburton, and thinking back, was it no Warburton that played Aird at right wing back or something?
That's right.
Because he couldn't fit him in anywhere else, and you're thinking, good grief, why would you put that wee guy who's got no heart, can't tackle, why would you give him a defensive role? And
that was Ali McCoist.
Was it McCoist, right?
Ali McCoist, yeah, because remember he played the first season we were in the 3rd division, we played Queen's Park at Hampden.
It was Ali, yeah.
The very last minute of any extra time, for injury time.
I better say sorry, Mr. Warburton, if I put my foot in that one. Humble pie for me, Bridge.
Silly. That's what makes the game so fascinating for me. You know, you sort of listen to you guys, and you guys are all full of wisdom, and you've been watching Rangers for many, many moons, and I take it between us all there are many hundreds of years of watching football and watching Rangers, and I just at this point in time I wonder if I'm being too critical, and I don't know why I won't be critical, because Alexi Dalcio, I really do want to scream for the top of my voice, get the far away from our club, you know.
Who ever thought he was a professional football player, Bridge?
It's serious. Look, again, I don't want to criticise him. They're only out there training, and the manager stuck him in at left back. But my God, he nearly caused a goal twice, or maybe even 3 times. Just dreadful stuff. Just anybody playing football up at school on a Sunday afternoon, a bounce game, would know you don't do that. God save us. Never mind. It's too much.
I can't see at all, Bridget, the boy's a player whatsoever. He has absolutely no redeeming qualities that I can see, but I've never seen anything in him any time I've seen him. I think the first time I seen him was in the European game at Ibrox. He started off kind of well for about 10 minutes, and then that was it. He just totally fell out the game for me, and just couldn't even, he couldn't string a couple of passes together. And that, for then on, it's just, I really don't understand why he's there. I think at some point somebody should have made a decision about that boy, and it should have been made ages ago. He should have been sent back.
Rudy, he must have a concrete contract whereby we can't get shot at him.
It must be
so many games.
Yeah,
just through brilliance, last night might have counted as one of those games.
We can't get rid of him, mate. It's going to be the parent club that either take him back or else he stays for the length of his loan.
Is it possible that he only came? I know he came at the same time as what do you call him, Alves and what's his name, Cardoso at the back, isn't it? So maybe he was just asked to go there and be a pal for Cardoso or something like that. Because seriously, guys, I'm not being funny. It's just pretty poor, It's just pretty. Some of you guys have played football. It's at good levels or half decent levels, and I'm sure you've seen. You wouldn't get that boy. You wouldn't pick him. At the start of a bounce game, you go and everybody picks him. Who's you going? You wouldn't pick him. He'd be the one that was last.
What was that like, Fox? Always getting picked last.
Oh, it never happened to me, mate. I'm just looking at our squad. I'm just looking at our squad to now, mate. And I reckon there's 10 players we need to get rid of at the first team squad.
That's a hard bit in modern football.
As many. I didn't think there was as many. I'll leave the goalkeepers out, but defenders. If Alves wants to go, let him go, mate. Hodgson, definitely. Time he was gone, mate. Would you agree on that? And
yes.
And maybe Cardoso. So there's 3. You move into the midfield, you've got Dalcio. Everybody would agree he needs to go. Krankar needs to go. Who else have we got there? Rossiter. Never had a thing out of him, mate. He needs to go. And if you move into the forward line, mate, Kenny Miller's at the end of his term. I don't think Ryan Hardy will make it. I don't think Joe Dodo will make it. And I don't think Herrera will make it. So I reckon that's about 10 players that will still make it.
Controversial, and I just went into that just for the sheer fact I think he's come at the end of his Rangers career as well now. No saying that he's retiring or anything, but I know we're going to get a phone call here in a minute, but I'd be getting rid of Lee Wallace as well.
Aye, last year.
Good show.
No, Lee Wallace, no altogether, mate. I think he's had his natural run at Rangers now, and I think he's done everything he's going to do, but I just think he's going to be too injury prone now for us, and I think it's maybe time that once we do get him back fit, that we try and see if we can move him on.
Aye, but we know Rambo Ruggs just spat his tea and cake out, don't you?
I'm sorry, I know I'm going to have to apologise to Trevor Ruggs when he keeps on, but I'm sorry, mate. There's sentimental and then there's realistic, and I just think it's realistic now that as soon as we get him fit, we try and move him on, because he's had about 3 bad injuries, and it's taken him months and months at a time to recover for each one. So
I wonder if
Tony Beano just by firing up that caravan to come and see you, Ibrox.
So Lee Wallace is finished at 30-year-old. Is that what
that's what I was going to ask that question.
I'm not saying he's finished. I never said he's finished. I'm just saying he's finished at our club. I think now that he's just getting too many injuries and they keep lasting for 2 or 3 months at a time. And I think he just ran his natural course at Rangers, and we thank him for everything he's got, but if we can get a chance to get him fit again, we try and move him on.
Do you know, I think there's a possibility that 3 injuries are linked, mate? I think Lee Wallace has come back when he's still been technically injured, mate, and he's tried to play through it. And the length of time he's been out now shows that it could have been a long-term injury that he's played through.
That's a possibility, mate, but
I would say turn the clock back. If it's possible in this world, turn the clock back. Give him no injuries whatsoever. Let me be the manager, and I would never assign him because he's not a good player. That's my opinion. I just don't think he's a good player. I think he was a good player at Hearts either. It's not as if I'm just saying it because it's us.
So between DJ Allen and Lee Wallace, who would you play for fit then?
No, the guy John. That's what you do.
Right.
And I don't think he's a great defender either, but he did show against Celtic that he can defend, so yeah, I thought he was quite good. I'd still be looking for 2 proper fullbacks if they exist these days, because football's kind of strange. No?
But I think, guys, I must be very honest here, we're building up a squad. The news tonight that broke, allegedly, a little Loyal was telling us that it seems Rangers are after that boy from Hamilton-Accies. He'll be a great asset for us. I think he would easily walk into our first team. I'm loath to have him, as you all know, but if he comes across, then he's going to come across. I don't know whether it was for this period. I hope if he's going to get buy him, then buy him now type thing. You know, that he'd walk into our team. But there's some. I agree with Fox. There's some boys in there. You really need to get boys with a ability to step up or already stepped up to be able to put other players out, because we just don't have the people. We don't have the squad, the depth of squad.
Where's Greg Docherty going to play? Who's he going to shove out of our team when they're off it?
You'd need to sit down and look at it, wouldn't you, and say, I don't even know where Greg Docherty his favourite position. What's his favourite position? Is he the same as that boy?
Centre midfield, mate.
Well, is he the same as that boy McGinn? You know,
he's kind of box to box. Yeah.
He's not kind of right-sided.
Well, there you go. You've got three different opinions of where that boy plays already, and we're only talking 2 minutes, if you follow what I mean, you know. Because I just don't know where he plays. But I'll say this. Go on, Ox. Go on, please.
I'm just saying, mate, he's a right central midfielder. He isn't he isn't Candias, mate. He's no Candias. He isn't like a right winger or a right inside forward.
He does attack.
Loyal. What I was saying was, is he the same? Does he play a similar role to the boy McGinn at Hibs?
I think he's got a wee bit more attacking in him than McGinn.
He's more attacking. Okay, pal. Okay.
I would like to say so for what I've seen, but again, he's got a good tackle in him as well, doesn't he? Need getting away from that. But he is a right-sided central mid.
So you got to go back to what the question that Foxy was asking. Right. Who in our midfield, of all the midfield players that we've got, who would you say, well, he's not got a game because Docherty's got that?
Well, right now, mate, because of all the injuries, it's a case of what's the word I'm looking for?
It's a numbers game, isn't it? It's a numbers game.
It's not even numbers, mate.
Can you just assume? Can you just assume that he's fit?
They could easily play in front of Jack.
Or could replace Holt, couldn't they?
Aye, he could replace Jack as well.
He's not replacing Jack. Jack plays.
No.
For me, anyway.
Well, you know, you're going to have Dorrans back. Let's assume that they're all fit. We've got quite a good selection of skillful players there. And the question then, Fox's question becomes even more pertinent. Where are you going to fit Greg Docherty into your team? Who wouldn't get a game because Greg Docherty's in there? I've got no idea, because
my answer to that, Bridge, is he sits on the bench until he works his way into the team. That's what he does.
Right, okay, that
for me is...
Hold on, Rudy, hold on. The question that Fox was asking is, who are you going to put out of our midfield to put that boy in? That's the question. Not a case of he's going to sit there and fight his way in. Anybody that comes into Rangers need to do it. So you're going to let Ryan Jack sit on the bench? Magic. At least it's a decision.
Well, I'd put that Docherty in. I think he's got a bit more about him than Jack going forward. But we've got cover for Jack, if you know what I mean. And in respect. So if you played McCrory in the midfield, I don't think Jack. Who's that?
McCrory. Dropped as well. I think that young boy that we've got in loan's a lot better than McCrory. He's fleeter of foot and he can tackle just as well. Let me finish. And right, okay, but I said please let me finish, and I said his passing's better.
No, that's what I'm saying. You go ahead.
I've just finished.
Oh, you finished, right. When you made that summation on, you seen the guy playing last night.
Aye.
For 45 minutes.
Aye.
He's a better player than McCrory.
Aye.
Good. Well, that's your opinion, and I fully respect your opinion.
And I would say the guy for Hamilton's a lot better than Ryan Jack, and he's a lot better than the wee boy Holt as well. So my midfield would be Doherty and Dorns, and you would have the boy we've got in loan sitting behind them, and we'd have a half decent, just kind of strongish looking.
Do you think that's a better midfield
than we've had in years?
Do you think that's a better midfield without McCrory and without Jack in it?
Why? Much better.
I don't know if I'd agree with that, Al.
No.
Depends if you're talking about creativity or keeping a shape.
Doherty's proved his point. Going against these guys you're talking about, he's a better player. And we seen the guy Goss last night for his manoeuvrability. And here he is, on a part.
I don't disagree with you there, Al.
He passes a ball forward. McCrory can't pass. McCrory keeps getting the ball away.
Oh, I don't know. I think McCrory's alright at passing. I mean, the Tims, there was a couple of really good passes.
Bates was brilliant against the Tims as well.
So you don't really rate any of the players we've got, Alan, do you?
We were asked a question where that one person would play in the midfield, and I went and gave my answer.
I think what Foxy was trying to say was it doesn't matter what
you're talking all right, and if he's what
it doesn't matter what.
And the one point was we were all talking about squad.
Yes.
And you want a half decent looking bench. Our bench has been pants for over a year.
No, that's a good point. I mean,
we're going to call this game. We're going to call it Still Game.
And we've got to stop thinking that Billy Big Boss thing that I said the other night. That we're not as good as what some folk think, and some of our players aren't either. This is what got us in problems under Warburton. We kept thinking, oh, this guy's brilliant, look at us passing the ball. We're passing the ball great, not scoring great goals.
Alan, I couldn't agree with you more, mate. And you know why? Because see, in the summer ad, I went with 500 grand and picked up Louis Moult from Motherwell. I said it time and time
as well. No, got was hammered in here.
Aye, same here, mate. I got it as well on Twitter and all sorts. No good enough for Rangers.
Aye, that'll be right.
Can I just apologise to two of you and eat some humble pie? But let's be honest, mate, if any Marys eat humble pie in here, we're not going to get into the lobby come Monday night.
Some bakers make a lot of money.
Humble pie loyalty.
Well, speaking of a humble pie, the question I would have mentioned or said was...
Unfortunately, Bridge, you'll need to hold on Monday.
Okay, that's good.
Start time in the evening. And I'm still waiting for overtime for last night for Fox, so it's shout-out time. Rudy the Bear.
We shout out to Graham Murray. It's going to be a hard game tomorrow. Corinthians will pose a bigger... it's going to be a much harder game, much better team. Get your plan right, get the boys out there, and hopefully they acquit themselves well against a really good Brazilian side. I think they were champions in Brazil last season, weren't they? You know, so this is going to be a different kettle of fish to last night.
Big Al.
Are you on the air tomorrow?
No.
With the game? No. Right, okay. Just a shout out to all you guys. Really good discussion tonight. And McCrory, don't listen to Big Al. You're the best, man. You're the future of the club. And I love you, Al 69.
Al 69?
Yeah, boys.
That's the best offer you've had for a while, Alan, isn't it? Yeah. Carry on. He's a shout out, Alan.
I am nothing against McCrory. I like him. He's great for his age. And I'd just like to see the best players on the park, and we've got to look to our manager, our new manager, to get out there and do that tomorrow, because it's going to be a real tough game. And I was happy as Larry because I forgot we were playing again tomorrow. 0-1. Got the battle fever on. Brilliant.
Mount Ibrox Hall.
I just big shout out to Mr. Murty and the team. He's played well last night. Gives another performance come tomorrow night. Because if we get the win, we win the trophy. Hooray!
Oh, we might be on there.
You're easy, please.
I know it's going to sound sad. When are we kicking off? Is it 12 noon?
6 o'clock at night, mate.
Right, all right, cheers, cool.
Fox?
I would just like to give Jimmy Nicholl a shout out. Get a hold of your boss, Mr. Murty, and say to him, it's the Rangers' way tomorrow. We want to see 2 wins in a trot, so full team out tomorrow night and give something decent to watch.
Bridgeman?
Oh, what can I say? That's been tremendous discussion tonight, and really good. A very interesting last 10 minutes there as to how people will see things. Really, really good. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, everybody, it's been great. Everybody keep it going for the Rangers, because we need it. A victory tomorrow. Cheers, boys.
Here. Can I thank everybody that's took the time to join the panel? George Logan, who's left us, Rudy Bear, Fox, Bridgeman, Ibrox Loyal, then the 2 Als. Alan in Australia and Al 63. It's been an absolute pleasure here on Rangers Radio. We'll be back Monday evening at 9 o'clock talking about all things Rangers and hopefully talking about our first trophy of 2018. What about you, Fox?
Sure, I was dreaming of old Ibrox, of her slopes and great grandstands, and I dreamed about the Rangers, the best team in the land. When my memory suggested of a vision bright and clear, of the strange things that would happen if we had the Rangers here. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Alistair Boyce came from East Belfast, and old Belfast became then old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, a steamboat red flags at that game, they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roll, and all the boys would stay at home. If we only had the Rangers over here. I dreamed about her Ulster men who wore the shirt of blue, Bertie Manderton, Sam English, Norrie Hamilton, McCandless too. I have dreamed of Whitey McDonald, who came from Lisburn town, and the greatest, Billy Simpson, who never let them down. Now if the road to Ibrox Park way up the Shankill, and Brian Laudrup came from Sandy Road, and Ali McCoist came from East Belfast, and then old Belfast became old Glasgow. If the Rangers met the Celtic up at Windsor, then no green flags at that game, they would appear. Ulster's sons would never roam, all the boys would stay at home. If we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had Glasgow Rangers over here.